All right, we are now live. Let me go ahead and just refresh this here. And we will get going, guys. Welcome into Wade's Ventures YouTube channel. Those of you who are already in chat, give me 1 second. Let me just get the chat up, and then we'll be ready to rock. I am super excited, guys. We have an amazing show planned out. An amazing show this week. Today, tomorrow, since I missed Tuesday and Wednesday. We already have a ton of people in chat, guys. Welcome in. Let me go ahead and say hello to a few people, and then we'll get started here. What's going on, Redneck? How's it going? Pac-Man, what's going on, buddy? I saw you in Casey's chat as well. Rita, what's going on? What is going on, Shannon? What's going on, Deb? Man, there's a lot of love. Alexander, what's going on? Hip Flippin' Mama's in the house, guys. What's going on, Cindy? All right, so what's going on, Express? I see you down there. So, guys, those of you who are joining that was just at Casey's channel, I want to say thank you. Casey was amazing. I sent him a text today on the phone, and he was super supportive. So I appreciate everybody that's coming from Casey's channel. And if you're here for the first time, thank you so much. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Today's a little bit odd because I missed my show Tuesday. We invite amazing people in our community that are just getting started on social media and really kind of showcasing them and what they do and how they sell. So that's the game plan. I've got an amazing guest. Without further ado, go ahead and introduce yourself, my man.
Awesome. Hey, guys, thanks for joining in. Thank you, Wade, number one, for having us all. But I'll introduce myself. I'm Josh with JC Lifestyle. JC actually stands for Josh Candace, which is my second half of JC Lifestyle. And basically, we're just sharing our unique lifestyle with the world through eBay, whatever, and YouTube as well. So I'm excited to get a part of your guys' community.
So first and foremost, I love that you're on this live show and I can see everything in the back happening, right? You've got, all your clothes that's hung up, ready to be listed. I think that's amazing. And I appreciate you joining. You're more than welcome, because the purpose of this, guys, is to, discover really cool talent, within our reselling community that can give us nuggets and just their experience. And I'm really excited for the next hour to kind of see, kind of how you do things and your life. So give us a little snapshot about you. Are you full-time, part-time? What's it looking like over there for you?
Yeah, great question. So number one, we've been doing the resale for about 8 months. We've actually only been dating for about 8-9 months. So since we started dating, we've been doing resale together. And I've been full-time probably for like the last couple months. And when I say full-time, I mean, I'm working with our business full-time throughout the day, at night. But I also have some side projects with family members that actually own businesses. So I help them out with customer service, different things like that. So, I mean, I'm bringing in different incomes. So I'm not just completely reliant on our business. But like I said, the full-time input into the eBay and Amazon and now Poshmark business has just been for a couple months.
Nice. So it sounds like you have somebody there that is pretty amazing helping you out. I really love interviewing couples. And so can you tell us a little bit about Candace and how she plays a role in the reselling business?
Yeah. So like I said, since we started dating, we've been doing this. Actually, I'm sure we'll get into this a little later, but I had done eBay probably a few years ago for a few months. And my issue was I wasn't very good with my finances. I didn't save right. I didn't invest properly. I like to spend the money I made. And so when we started doing it together, she pretty much had everything that I didn't have then. So we complement each other very well. She runs all of our sheets. She has our general ledger going. She takes care of the finances. I mean, the only reason we have money to invest is because she knows how to save it. But at the same time, she helps with the posts. So most of the time I do, I take the pictures, I steam the clothing, I help, get most of the, I do most of the sourcing other than when we go thrifting together. But, when it comes to most of the posting, I think she pretty much handles that after I get everything prepped. So it's a really good teamwork effort. We complement each other well.
That's really cool. It kind of reminds me of me and Ashley. And you know, it's really cool to have somebody there that's in the journey with you. Like so many times you kind of get lonely reselling. And it's really cool to have somebody there that you can bounce ideas off of. And I can tell you what, I am super glad that me and Ashley are kind of opposites in that regard. Like she's really good with financing. She doesn't spend a lot of money. She doesn't gamble. And she doesn't do any of that stuff that, you know, the decisions that you probably shouldn't make. I'm a little bit of a more of a risk taker. And so it's kind of nice to have somebody there that can really mellow you out a little bit in this reselling game, because you got to be really careful. You know, you got to spend the profits wisely, reinvest in your business, save a little bit, pay bills. So it's really important that you do it correctly the first time. If not, you're stuck doing a 9-to-5 job again, you know, and that's kind of all the lifestyle that we're not accustomed to or want to do. So I have a sell quick, ship quick, one of my favorite names. Just said power couple. So I would definitely agree. You guys sound like you're starting to be a power couple. So what state do you live in? The reason I ask this is I like to know kind of where you thrift. And we've got 70 people watching right now, guys. I put his YouTube channel in the chat. So you guys, as you're watching this, click that link and subscribe to him. But what you know, kind of where you live and where do you thrift?
Yeah, so we live in Central Ohio, Columbus area. Go Bucks! Just saying. But no, yeah, we thrift mostly Goodwills, and the reason why is, I mean, I lived in Florida for some time. I also lived in Tennessee for a while, and doing thrifting in those areas, and then doing it now, you notice with a lot of Goodwills, it's very different. I mean, they're all run very differently. Prices are very different. And we're very lucky to have some awesome Goodwills around us. The price points are where they should be. You know, there's set prices for, you know, men's clothing's, you know, $3.99 or $4.99. So you have the set prices. Not everything's tagged. That's exactly where we want to shop. And then, I mean, there's a couple other like Salvation Army, Ohio Thrift. We'll get our big bulk buys for Amazon to send into them. So yeah, a couple good places around.
Nice. Now, are you going to, is there any Goodwill bins there, or are these all retail Goodwills?
Actually, so the Goodwill bin thing was kind of a new concept to me. I had seen quite a few posts now, you know, getting into the Instagram community, starting to follow all these great people such as yourself. And so Candace actually researched it the other day, and she found that there was a Goodwill bins that opened up right near us probably a month or two ago. Which unfortunately we missed the opening day because they were giving away chicken wings for like 10 cents on, you know, a pop. So that would have been pretty cool. But either way, the bins are definitely exciting. We're going away this weekend, so we're not going to get to hit it this weekend. We're going on a little mini vacation, but as soon as we get back, we're definitely going to hit that up.
Nice. So we have a thing on my live shows, and the way that it works, I think it's really cool. I didn't start this, by the way. So lady just posted number 12 subbed. And so she just subbed your channel. She's the number 12th subscriber. And I think it's really cool that we're doing these shows, and then I can put your YouTube link out and people will subscribe to you right live on the show. I think it shows so much support, and you've got a lot of content. I watched your last video, and as I was told you right before we went live, the hat on the mannequin and just the way you did it, you're going to be a hit. You're going to do really well on YouTube. So I want to congratulate you, because you know, when I first started, I was a ball of nerves when I started a YouTube channel, and you look like you're a natural. So I'm really excited to see what you have. But if you can see chat, we've got Deb number 14. We got Good Stuff 13, 16, Barry sub, Cindy sub. So appreciate you guys supporting him and Candace. So let's go on. So how you told us kind of how long you're reselling, you're full time. Tell me, like, what does your friends and family think of you reselling? So the reason I ask this is I always get glazed eyes when you know, people, you know, I tell people I sell on eBay. So what is the friends and family, what does the mom and dad think of you selling online full time?
So my parents aren't together. So when I spend time with my mom and talk about it, I think early on it was kind of like a, you know, whatever, it's a hobby kind of thing. And every time we would go over and spend time with her and see her, we would always show her numbers. Like, she's just, my mom's awesome. I love her to death, an amazing lady. So I'll just, out of the excitement of making sales and making the money and enjoying everything, we'll sit there and talk her up, show her the numbers, things we sold. And she started really like seeing it. She's like, wow, you guys are doing really good, So she loves it. She definitely sees a future with it for us. And then my dad, on the other hand, he doesn't even have a job right now. So I've tried talking him into it. Like, hey, I'd love to train you. I'd love to get you some, selling some stuff you have at your house. He lives with his father now. His stepmom just passed away. So they have all kinds of vintage knickknacks and things like that he, wants to get rid of. And so every time I talk to him on the phone, he always asks me, he's like, so that eBay stuff really works, right? He said every single time. So I don't think he really fully understands or believes it yet. And then my other sisters and other family, they're just supportive. They're excited for us because, again, we're doing really well. They see that, they wish they, could do something similar to it. But again, it's just not their thing. So, but yeah.
Yeah. That, first of all, the mom, is she like, now that she knows what you're doing, does she ever like get stuff for you to sell or give you like, pointers, or does she give you anything to sell online?
No, she doesn't. She's always really busy, and then during the weekends, her boyfriend she's dating, he's in a band, so they're always doing some kind of little travel. He's a drummer. So for her, it's more about, if you find anything cute for me, let me know. So,
it can either go two ways. I think that's awesome. So what, you just said you're going on a little mini vacation. Like, that's what's amazing about being able to sell online. Now, it's not all roses. Like, let's get that straight. It is a lot of work. A lot of people fail at going full time. And I really have high hopes for you. But the cool thing for me is I've been full time for less than 2 weeks now. And I've got to wrap my head around, like, now this is my job. I don't have a check coming in. I don't have that security, but I can still work hard and go on vacations and hang out. So I think that's cool that you and Candace are taking a little break, because it's nice to take a little refresher. I see the mannequin in the background. Now tell us a little bit about that. Are you doing primarily mannequins, flat laying? Like, how are you taking pictures of your items?
So we actually have two mannequins now. We have this woman, and then we have a guy right over here staring at me. He's kind of weird right now. I don't really trust him. No, but so we started off doing flat lays, and we weren't really ironing our clothes, steaming it or anything. We were just, putting them down, making them look as best as we could. And, it worked for a while, but it got to the point where I wanted to spend more time with the quality of pictures. And I think from there, that's when we started hanging them. I actually have this auction nearby where I got this, the backdrop for a couple dollars. It came with the green sheet and the white sheet. So we started using that. And then we got on Poshmark, and I liked the quality of the pictures with the mannequins. So that's when we added the mannequins. So the mannequins are probably fairly new. I would say about 3 or 4 weeks we've been doing that. And I only use them for the products that are going to fit them properly, the right sizes. So usually from large down. Anything else, I'll just hang them on the backdrop and make nice pictures that way. So
that's really, really cool. I actually, I'm going to do a post, but I found these perfect hangers that extend out. Cause I do the same thing. If it's sometimes extra larges will fit on my mannequin. I do have a plus size mannequin, but I don't use her or him. So a lot of times I'll hang anything over extra large, but I think it's really cool. Now, did Candace, or did you already name the mannequins?
No, neither of us have. I don't think I can. I can't go that far yet.
I can't go though.
I haven't been doing this long enough, man.
You get really intimate with those mannequins. I'm just letting you know. I mean, as time goes on, it's, they're kind of like your coworkers,
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as say as you have conversations with them, but you name them, So I one question too is, a lot of people, I like to take feedback, right? And a lot of people say, Wade, during the kind of the middle of your show, can you have your guest kind of do like a 30 seconds who they are again, because a lot of people join late. Do you mind doing that? Like a little bit, like 30 seconds of who you are for those who joined late?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm Josh with JC Lifestyle. We actually just started our business at the beginning of this year, became official. JC is Josh, and Candace is my girlfriend. She makes up the C of JC Lifestyle. We've been selling on eBay since last August. We are also now on Amazon, Poshmark, and then we consign through the Real. But yeah, I'm 26, about to be 27. She's 25. So yeah, just trying to make a unique lifestyle with resale and e-commerce.
Nice. When are you turning the big 26?
Oh, I'll be 27 in
27.
October. Yeah. So October 17th, 27.
Nice. So I am turning a big 32 in April 25th. So not too far apart. So I Josh, I noticed that you have the steamer in the back, and I kind of want to bring that point up because a lot of people don't do that. So can you run us through, like, how does that work? It just basically, I've got one of those, but for those who don't know, so you steam the clothes and then you put them on the mannequin. That helps with the wrinkles, obviously.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I love it mostly because it's a part of my process now. So I have my clothes that I need to be steamed. I'll put them on my hangers. I'll have them on my rack, and I'll go from the rack to the steamer. I'll steam the sleeves, front, back, and then I'll put that in my section, ready to post. And I'll just mass steam. So I'll get like 20, 25 done before the tank of the steamer runs out. At that point, I'm kind of tired anyways, 45, 50 minutes of steaming. And then I have 20 or 25, clothing items ready to take pictures and then just bust those out. So it's a cool process. Your clothes look a lot better. It will take out most scents. And yeah, I don't know. And that's something else I include in my eBay descriptions as well. All pre-owned clothing has been hand steamed, things like that. And I think that looks good for a buyer as well. So.
Oh yeah. So you basically said that it helps with the wrinkles, and then it also helps with odors, because obviously you're going to get some when you shop at Goodwill, because there's just so many clothes in Goodwill and they don't wash them, right? So I think that's really cool. So you basically thrift the item, steam the item, put it on the rack. Do you take pictures pretty much right after you steam? Oh, I guess you said you steamed a ton of them, right? And then you take pictures.
Yep, and then from there, I have 2 different colored backdrops. So I like to separate from the colors that are going to be good on a white backdrop, colors that are going to be better on a colored backdrop. I use green. That's newer. I'm not sure if I like it yet or not, but the pictures come out amazing. And then also by sizes, what's going to fit on the mannequin, what's not. So when I go through, I'm not constantly changing my, give you a little bit more background. The reason why I have to do all this is because we are working out of a small apartment right now. We're not in our house yet. We don't have the space we need to have multiple stations for the certain types of items. So this is just the process that works for me. The reason why I do it. I like to be, I don't know. I just think it's smart to do, everything in one setup before just switching things around.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. And congratulations on trying to work towards a goal of getting a house. I'm in my garage right now, and Tracy said, you have so many bins. Oh my gosh, those are IKEA bins, guys. Now, they're not the most sturdiest bins you can buy, but I like them because what happens is when I put inventory in there, I made the mistake of purchasing the nice rubber bins, and I couldn't see the inventory levels. So when I get the clear plastic ones, I can see how full it is. So if I need to put more in there, for example, let's say I've got bin 3 behind me and it's half full, I can just go ahead and, list another 20 items for bin 3, because I already know it's half full, and then throw it in the bin. So I really like the see-through ones you get at IKEA. And if you don't have an IKEA near you, I actually have them ship it to us, even though there is an IKEA 45 minutes away. So IKEA does ship, and you can also get the IKEA bags. And the IKEA bags I also use for thrifting. You can get those from Amazon too. So, all right. So first and foremost, I think that we've got a lot of good nuggets now, but what I'm really curious about, and guys, if you have questions for him or me, let me know in chat. But what are you passionate about selling? You're selling clothes, but if you can sell anything online, what would it be?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, so yeah, we do a lot of clothes. We do shoes, accessories like purses, things like that. I mean, when it comes to what I'm passionate about, I mean, I'm going to have to say anything like this. I get most excited, I think, about vintage items, something I learned something from. I actually just recently bought a huge lot of old vintage, men's interest magazines. So vintage Playboy and penthouse, like 60s and 70s, and those were kind of cool. So I'm interested in learning something about that. Not that I'm necessarily into that category, but it's just something else I know, something else I learn.
Yep. I've sold some of those, by the way. I sold 2 Donald Trump Playboys.
I have a couple of those.
Did you? Oh man, it was so funny. Like I was in the Donald Trump's on everything. Playboys, ties, like long sleeve, dress, shirts. I mean, anything like that's hot right now. I think that's really cool that you're going to vintage too. That's amazing. Yeah, I've sold Donald Trump. Oh, did 516? You say Donald Trump several Playboys? Interesting. Okay, so. And I quite honestly, I think right now for you, just starting out full time, you are interested in anything that's making you money. You're like me, you're probably addicted to that ching ching on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so tell me a little bit about the platforms. You said you're on Amazon, eBay, and Poshmark. You just started. Are you tell us the process in which you're listing your items? So you're taking the pictures with your phone. Do you have a camera? And then how do you list? Go ahead and go through that process with us.
Yeah, so we both of us actually have the iPhone 8 Plus, which takes awesome photographs. That's the reason we got it. And so I take the pictures most of the time. And since she works throughout the day, she actually has time throughout the day to post because sometimes she has slow periods at work. So I'll send over the pictures to her through WhatsApp, and she'll post them on both platforms. Usually she'll do Poshmark first because it's quickest. We have a nice she copies and pastes the description. The pictures get in there nice and quick. And then she'll go through and do all those on Poshmark, and then she'll do the same for eBay. And I don't know if we're going to change that or not, because I feel like if we have thousands of items in both, I think it might get a little bit too much. So I don't know. My idea is to change it to where we have specific Poshmark items and then specific eBay items. But again, that's just something down the road. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the process, I guess.
Heather, thanks for stopping in, by the way. Pac-Man said, do you do FBA, any retail arbitrage? Like, do you do any of that?
Yeah. So with Amazon, I have there's an auction site near here, an online auction site I would buy things off of. Most of the time it was like returned goods from the big supplier chains. And so I was getting a lot of good brand new items from that for good prices and sending those into Amazon. And we did really well with that. But right now we actually currently, Candace's mom and stepdad, they own a business in Europe. They do a women's body fashion business. It's called Magic Body Fashion. And we're actually selling some of their products on Amazon now as well. So yeah. And then anything we find at Ohio Thrift that is complete brand new,
Yeah. I think that's really cool that they're in Europe. Yeah, that's like if I was there, I think they have so many antiques. I would definitely be hitting that market up, I think, if I was in Europe. But so the whole thing about reselling, guys, is it's all about consistency. How much can you list per day? I think being active is really important. Get that regiment down. Like how many items would you say per day you guys are listing?
So it's fluctuating right now with her doing her full time and me. We're actually working on setting more goals. So I would average, like this week we did a lot more than normal because we're actually trying to meet a goal by Friday. But I would say our average is around 20 per day. And that's between Poshmark and eBay, cross-listing on both sites. But again, with me being more full-time, I'm doing less work with family members. I'm having more time and flexibility with the eBay and everything. We're hoping to up it at least to 30. So doing a good, 150 or whatever per week.
Nice. Now, like one thing that helps me, guys, is when I went full time is I got a whiteboard and I put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I just did all that, by the way. And I literally do like chicken scratches for how many that I'm listing. I think visually when you can see how much you're listing, it helps you. So, and it kind of kicks you in the butt a little bit, because if you see like 10 chicken scratches, you realize you can't really live on just listing 10 items unless it's, a high-end item. You're getting the profit margins completely bonkers. But just thrifted clothing, I don't think you can do that and list only 10 items full time. And so it's nice to see chicken scratches on the whiteboard. That's a tip I have. That's what I started doing. And make sure the whiteboard is like somewhere that you walk around constantly. It can't be, it can't be somewhere where you very rarely go, because then you're not going to participate in like looking at it. But just a cool thing. So what about 2018? Like, what is in the cards for you guys in 2018? How are you going to up the reselling and or YouTube in 2018?
So YouTube is new to us. We just started making videos, I think maybe even a couple weeks ago. So we hope to do that more. I love it. I mean, I love talking to people. I love getting, I like the visualization. I'm an entertainer. I like talking. I like creating that kind of thing. So I think that we're going to create more opportunities to create YouTube videos. We're going to get creative. Again, doing stuff like this, getting a part of the community is very exciting for us as well. And then looking by the end of the year, I mean, Candace is still working full time with her job. By the end of the year, we're hoping to be moving into a house to have more space for the business. And then also hopefully for her to become full time as well. So, I mean, it's hard thinking about getting to that position, but set some budgets set, some numbers set. And we believe that once she does come full time with this job, having us both work this together, complement each other on a daily basis, I think we're just going to kill it. And we're both real excited about that.
Yeah, no, I think it's really cool that you can like be a part and be intertwined both in the business and, professionally with your spouse. And I think it's really cool that you guys are setting a goal to not only go full time, both of you guys, but then buy a house. It just goes to show that you can do this, guys. And I think it's really important that, you guys are on multiple platforms. You're doing Amazon, Poshmark, eBay. I think it's really important when you go full time to think about that. And if you're thinking about going full time and you're still part time, try to sign up for a second platform, get to know that platform so you can have two streams of income. Because, if one doesn't do well daily, maybe the other one will. And so you've got to make a certain amount per day to be successful. And I think that's really cool that you're on Poshmark. Are you guys an ambassador yet by chance? Are you clicking on the phone, constantly sharing?
Yeah, so we became ambassadors within the first, I think it was 3 weeks of getting on Poshmark. I mean, we listed stuff really quickly. We made sales quickly. And then, both of us constantly sharing. Oh my goodness. No, yeah, it was awesome. It was a quick process and it was exciting when it happened. So nice.
Yeah. Not that it matters, but, it was so funny. Like the first few days I was like pecking at my phone constantly. And then I realized, okay, it's faster to do it on the desktop. And then I realized to zoom out your screen and do it, zoom out your web browser and do it. And that was faster. And then I had Lisa on the channel, and then she told me to do, when I'm out and about, to open up a web browser, not the Poshmark app, but a web browser, and then zoom it out on your phone and share. So it's been a cool ride, Poshmark. I got a sell yesterday and today. And what's your Poshmark closet, by the way, so they can follow?
Yeah, let me take a look at that. So we actually, sorry, 1 second. My Poshmark closet. Yeah, it's at JC Lifestyle.
Nice.
So yeah, you can find us at JC Lifestyle there. Most of the items are the same things we have on eBay. We actually sell some items on Poshmark. We sell for more than we do sell on eBay. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, like you were saying, it's a fun learning process. It's just another platform to get into, another opportunity to make that sale and to make some happy customers. So
have you noticed that the same item will sell for more on Poshmark? Because I tend to think that way. Unless you have like a vintage rare item, eBay is better. But I feel like for clothing, like bread and butter stuff, it's selling for more on Poshmark.
Yeah, I agree. I've found the same as well.
Yeah. So what, I know you're just on social media. What's your Instagram handle, by the way, so everybody can add you to Instagram?
So yeah, our Instagram is also pretty sure JC Lifestyle. I have to verify these things. So it's JC Lifestyle Official on Instagram. And the reason why we added the official just because we're that cool. So
You guys go check out his last YouTube video. You guys are going to laugh. It was freaking hilarious. I've got to shout out Beth. She's in chat, guys. She's literally 25 feet away from me. She's my neighbor. So Beth, welcome in. Welcome in chat, guys. And if you have any questions, put them in chat. By the way, here in the next few minutes, we're going to do a small little haul video, so you guys can watch that. And he's got some a few things. So I know you're new on social media. Is Candace showing you how to do Instagram? Because that's what Ashley did for me. Like for the first like month I was on Instagram, I didn't know how to do hashtags. And so she would literally do the post for me. Like, who's teaching you guys how to do social media?
Yeah. So she was actually taught me a lot with that. And again, she's from the Netherlands, so they're from Europe, and her family has that business in Europe. So their social media, you know, they all have a lot of followers, and she helped them with a lot of their stuff as well. So when she was doing that, she got to learn that then, and then use it for our business now. So
Netherlands, that is amazing. That's really cool. Has she been here in the States for quite a while?
No, actually, it's been, I think, just a little bit over a year now, full time here. So yeah, she lived here a couple years ago for a job internship, and then went back to finish school, and then came back here. And then that's when I met her, and yeah. So.
Wow, we have some comments here. First, Kevin, thank you so much for coming in. Guys, those of you who came from Casey's live stream, he was extremely kind, posted my link multiple times through his chat. And I really appreciate you, Casey, if you're watching this. I appreciate everybody that's new to the channel. And Kevin, what's going on, buddy? Sharon said, I love the Netherlands, spent quite a bit of time there. And then Pacman said, nice, sounds like an amazing partner. I would have to agree. I was fortunate enough to meet her before she had to go before we went live. Super cool. So I know you're on. I know, like I said, I know you just joined social media, but what have you gotten out of social media since you started your YouTube channel? Like, isn't it extremely fun putting out content about anything, but more importantly, reselling and just putting it out there for everybody to see?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, everything that we've done so far, we've learned it from, you know, people that do that. We didn't know about Poshmark until somebody had an Instagram post about it. Same thing with the Real. You know, we didn't know that existed. I mean, we had a Burberry jacket. We were on eBay for, it was a trench coat. We sold it for $75 on eBay one time, got it returned because it didn't fit. We sent it into the Real, made, you know, a couple $100 off of this jacket. So, you know, things like that were possible except for people that are posting it through these platforms. So, you know, we're hoping to do the same and just kind of pass on that. And I mean, we just love the community side of it. You know, we're not going to be at eBay Open this year, but you're definitely going to see us next year. You know, we'll come out, hang out with you guys. That's what this is all about. Like-minded people on the similar journey. So
I would have to agree. And I will see you at eBay Open next year. I'm going this year. I'm curious to see how many people in chat are going to eBay Open. So if you're going to eBay Open, please put it in chat. I want to meet you personally. And so can you spend a couple seconds and talk about the website that you're using to send items in? Sometimes, like, can you talk about the real quick?
Yeah.
Like,
so
what's the process?
Right. So the Real, we downloaded the app, we created an account, and I think within a couple hours, we actually had someone from the Real contact us through email, letting me know that they're like our contact with them if we have any questions to personally let them know. And I actually think she called me one time too. So it was really cool experience right off the bat, you know, great customer service. Now it's just like a regular consignment store, but obviously online. Now, the thing that they focus on is going to be more higher end products. So your main designer brands. So they don't accept everything. They have a certain amount, you know, certain types of brands that they will accept, which before you send in your items, you can check the list to make sure you're going to meet that. You don't choose quality or anything like that. You just choose the brand. You create a shipment. You package it, send it in. And then from there, it took a while for them to process everything. So I think within a week or two is when we found out, you know, what was accepted, what wasn't accepted. and then even another week or two before they started actually posting the items. So it was somewhat of a process. The commission we were getting on the items that they did choose to keep, which was 4 out of the first 13 items we sent, our commission was anywhere from 50 to 55%, which we kind of had that idea going into it anyways. So, you know, like I said, I had that Burberry jacket that was only going to sell for $100 on eBay. I send it in there. I made what I needed to, plus more. So perfect for that kind of item.
How do you know, like, how do you get paid basically? How long does it get paid, it take to get paid through them?
So they do, I believe it's two payments per month, or no, it's a monthly commission. They do a monthly commission and then they send it out. We just got paid on the 15th. So our next payment would be in the next, I think 15 or so days. Again, we just recently started doing this, so I don't have it all figured out yet. But yeah, we already got our payment. Once the payment date was on the 15th, I think we got it the next Monday. And then, yeah, I mean, it was simple. They obviously they do all the work. We send in the items, but they took the pictures. They had the description. So, you know, for me, that was perfect for those type of items that I sent in.
I think that's really cool. I've never done an interview yet where they, well, actually, I don't know if Lux went ahead and did that, but that's an awesome site to use. I think that's really cool because you send it into them, they house it, right? And then they sell it. So that's really cool. Tara, welcome in. Found you on 10K's channel. Appreciate you subbing, guys. And I put this amazing couples YouTube channel again in the chat periodically, guys. Go subscribe, and when you subscribe to him, please let me know what subscriber you are. Like what, if you're the 20th, 30th, 40th, I really love that. And if you guys have questions, put it in the chat. We're about ready to do our small little haul video. So what, outside of reselling, what do you guys enjoy doing? Like, I'm really curious of how your personal life intertwines with your reselling life. So what do you guys like doing outside of reselling?
Yeah, so we're obviously here in Ohio, so we do have a pretty harsh winter. It was still actually snowing this morning, unfortunately. But we met playing volleyball, sand volleyball. We enjoy doing that. We enjoy being active. We live right here near like a mall area, a really nice outdoor mall. So we'll walk around, go check out shops, get some ice cream, you know, just nice things. We travel a lot. We recently went to France to do some skiing in the Alps for about 11 days. Or actually, we skied for 6 days, spent a couple days in Geneva. So we both are passionate about traveling. Other than that, my family's the only family that lives near here. All of her family's in Europe. So we'll go over to my family's house at least probably once a week, maybe once every couple weeks, do a barbecue, cook out, hang out, have some wine, drinks, make some good food. Yeah, I mean, game nights. We love board games, Settlers of Catan, Ticket to Ride, stuff like that.
So we have a couple questions. What part of Ohio are you in? Like, is it looks like it's we have somebody in southeastern.
Okay.
Yeah, so
so I'm up in Columbus. We're up in Columbus area, so central Ohio.
Nice. Okay, so a lot of people are reselling in apartments, and how are you guys managing that? Are you guys, I've got, for example, I'm sure you're following him. If not, you should. He's amazing. Ken, the Hustle Bee, he does a lot of Nike shoes and stuff on Instagram. Really cool guy, but they're actually out of apartment, and you know, he's darn near 25,000-30,000 a month, you know, on eBay. So you definitely doable. The space, you know, obviously is a little bit of an issue, but they're killing it. So how are you guys doing it? Do you have like, for me, I would like take over the living room and put bins and stuff like that. How do you guys manage a smaller space?
Yeah, so it's kind of transformed since we started. I mean, we had shoes under the bed, like taking over our closet. But no, we recently actually have some bins now as well, stacked in the bedroom, just because we like to have guests over. So we have probably about 10 of them stacked. We have all of our clothing items after we take pictures and post them and everything. We already bag them, tag them. So we throw them in the bins. we organize it by size, since I don't think we're as big as your operation yet. So currently we're organizing by size and by gender. And then, I mean, the stuff behind me, obviously these things need to be posted. So anything out here, I keep stuff out here for taking pictures. Like, this is our living area. This right here in front of me is my desk. Our kitchen's right to the right of me. So, I mean, we make it work. Again, we're going to grow out of it fairly soon, and it's going to be the perfect timing for when we need to be in the house. And that's the thing. I mean, since we started doing this, like, everything has been perfect timing. Like, it's a process. We're taking things step by step, and, you know, getting a bigger space, a house is going to definitely be the next step.
So we have Stephanie says, I have a 600 square foot high rise and down. Well, first of all, your house sounds amazing. As I'm reading here, Stephanie, but a 600 foot high rise in downtown Atlanta with 400 items. You learn to organize. I would have to say it would be tough. How many items do you have on eBay and Poshmark right now?
Oh man. So listed, we have over 500 items, but not listed, we have probably about 500 items. We do have a garage downstairs that we rent out. It's filled with a lot of stuff that I'm actually trying to pull off of eBay. We were getting into the auction I had mentioned earlier. So some household items, lights, fans, faucet sets, shower sets, and things like that. But I started having some defective items, and I just don't want to deal with it. So since I got everything really cheap, I'm actually, as soon as it starts getting warm out, we're going to have a couple of yard sales and kind of just try to liquidate things that way.
I think selling clothing is a great way when you're first starting out, because you can put a lot in the bins, you know, and really you can maximize the space you have. I have a question for Wade. That's all, guys. If you have questions, put them in chat. Either myself or he can answer them, I'm sure. But what kind of bins do you have behind you? And so a few things. The bins here are IKEA bins. They were $4.50 and the lid was 50 cents. I don't know why they charged 50 cents for the lid and just didn't add it into like a package deal. But and then the prices went up to $6.50 per bin. So they're from IKEA, and the shelving units I got from Home Depot, guys. I bought the shelving units at Home Depot because I wanted them right away. I didn't want to wait for shipping. So if you guys are interested, that's Home Depot shelves and then the IKEA bins. So you mentioned snow. Okay. I love the snow. I love doing snow angels, by the way. But how does that work? If you're getting snowed in, your sourcing time is cut quite a bit, right? Like, so you've got to source when it's good or when you can get to somewhere, or do you have like a truck or SUV, or how does that work? Because I'm sure it slows down a little bit during the winter time.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, we have a couple vehicles, but she has the Kia Forester. It's a fantastic car. And then our Goodwills and thrift shops are really nearby. So the other people that are reselling that aren't getting out there and getting it, you know, I'm there. I'll make it. I've lived in Ohio my whole life, so I'm used to driving in the snow. But the worst part is that we are on the third floor of our apartment, carrying those bags up the stairs, being freezing. Definitely not my thing. I mean, I moved down to Florida for the last, off and on for the last few years. I'd pretty much come up to Ohio for the spring and summer, moved down to Florida for the winter. So this winter, since we were together, since I started dating her, I told her, if it wasn't for you, I'd be back down to Florida, honestly.
Okay, first of all, you've got one amazing, I mean, all the way from the Netherlands. I think that is super cool. So we have a question here. How often are you guys sourcing? I know when I first started, I was sourced way too much. Are you guys sourcing quite a bit, or are you spending more time listing?
Yeah, so I think we probably source maybe right now we're only sourcing probably once a week. We're getting big haul, and the only reason is because we're getting some really good hauls. Now the other day, like I had to run an errand. I had to take my sister to the dentist to get a tooth pulled, and I hopped into a Goodwill at that point in time that I normally wouldn't have hopped into, which was awesome because I found a jacket that I ended up flipping for a $200 profit. So, I mean, there's those cool random thrift shops, but our normal sourcing is just once a week.
Okay, guys, I know we're all guilty of this. I'm guilty of this. But so before you started like really going full time, you get your wife or your girlfriend or your brother, sister, or family, right? And they're like, hey, we need to go to the grocery store. Hey, we need to like, get a tooth pulled or, something like that. And normally you'd be like, okay, guys, have fun. Now you jump in the car because you're going to be able to hit like 2 Goodwills on the way there or on the way back. I'm guilty of that. I take extra trips now just to thrift now that I'm full time. It's crazy. But
Yeah.
So how often would you need to source to make $2K a month, Wade? It all depends on where you're at, what you're sourcing. I think that the first thing when you're first starting out is to find out what is in your location, right? So in my location, I get a lot of Nike, a lot of Adidas, and I get a lot of Columbia sportswear, like a lot. Okay. So the first thing that I would do is find out what clothing companies or what sourcing opportunities or what corporate companies are in your area. And you can sell anything. Like I just got an offer on my phone. I found at the Goodwill bins, Subway, the Subway containers that you put your sandwich in. So I found a bunch of those I'm selling for $12 each. It's quick and easy and they're light, but you need to find out what's in your area first, because I think once you know what's in your area and because you may be in an area where you get a lot of, Harley Davidson stuff if you're in that area or whatever it is, or whatever the case may be. So find out what's in your area. And then at the end of the day, you'll know what you need to list to make 2K. It just really depends on what you're sourcing, how much your margin is. If you want to reach out to me, I would love to give you one-on-one coaching. Oh, you're in Oregon? Oh my gosh, you're in the same state I am. Okay, well, we'll have to talk after this interview. So, where's in my high prices? Okay, so let's get on with this. I apologize. I was didn't know you're in Oregon. That's awesome. We're gonna have to have coffee sometime. So let's get into this haul. You've got a few things to show, guys. We always have a haul video at the very end of the show. I love to kind of see what other people are sourcing. That's the purpose of this. Go ahead and show us a few items that you have there. And I think one of them is a purse. So it sounds like you're okay with shopping for purses and women's clothing.
Yeah. So actually I have a couple purses here and I didn't shop for these. These were just old ones I used to use that I don't use anymore. That's a joke, by the way.
Yeah, no, you look great with it. Can you put it on?
No, my girlfriend told me I'm not allowed to do that anymore. So she seemed very serious about it. No, anyways, this is just Coach. Obviously, Coach is a well-known purse brand. I saw this at a Goodwill and they had it in behind the glass. So I knew at that point, it's probably at least worth checking out. So I opened it up, pulled it out, I checked the serial number and everything on it. Paid a little high on it. I think it was like 15 or $20 or something like that. But it came with a couple other Coach products, which I haven't fully authenticated yet. That's the only reason I went for it. But this is obviously something you got to go for if it's at the right price. Now, with purses, the only reason we're starting to break into that is because we all are on Poshmark now, and purses do really well on Poshmark. One of my favorite things about Poshmark is the style of photographs you do. I like the nice flat lays with the flowers, or whatever. You can kind of be really creative in that perspective, and that's something I like to do. I like doing the photographs. I like being creative. I like making things look nice. So yeah, that's that.
Can I intervene here? By the way, you are officially, this interview between me and you and everybody that's here, you are officially my highest viewed interview, meaning there's 104 people in here, and I never had that many people on one of my live shows. So that's amazing. I think it's your luscious hair, and the fact that Steven Seff, reseller, said, great guest tonight. Nice seeing young people get in the rat race early. It's the hair. You're young, you're ambitious, and we have over 100 people watching. So I appreciate that.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that's good for you, man. That just shows that you're growing. Your range of viewers is growing, so that's good. Think about the next time you're going to be saying, "Man, this is the first time I've had over 1,000 viewers on my."
I got to be like the rally. It wouldn't work unless I like, yeah, but I appreciate it. Maybe a couple hundred. So I'm excited for that day, but it's going to be a while. It's a process, guys. As you guys know, I'm a massive fan of people starting their YouTube channels up for many reasons. Not about making the money, but to put yourself out there. It takes a lot of guts to put yourself out there on the internet and to document your journey. Who said this? Yesterday, I can't remember who said this. I'm trying to remember who said this. Maybe they said it on Instagram. Who said this? I'm trying to remember. But what they said basically was, Gary Vee said, wouldn't it be awesome? Oh, I know who said this. Luke, Endless Entrepreneur, said this. Luke said that Gary Vee, he listened to one of his things, and Gary Vee said, wouldn't it be awesome if your kids and your grandkids can go back and watch your journey throughout life? Like, it's like, I mean, it's super cool to me. That hit home to me, that the fact that I can put a bunch of content online and have like my grandkids and my kids watch my content, like when I was young and luscious and, all those things. Right. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Cause that really hits home with me too. I've definitely thought about that as well. Considered that. Yeah, I actually had a really cool idea. I'm just going to randomly bring this up. My great grandmother, she's still alive. She's really old. But, I was thinking like, I would love to interview her, just because, if I have kids someday, my kids are probably never going to get to meet her. My grandkids will, never get to meet her. And YouTube is such an awesome opportunity for us to be able to connect with the future,
Dude, get grandma on. Get grandma on. She'd be a hit.
That's a viral video. Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yes. My brother makes little fun jokes all the time, but when something's funny or he sees something, he's like, we gotta put that on YouTube, see how many hits we get. It's just get grandma on. I think that's super cool. And so like for your kids and your grandkids to be able to watch grandma live with you on your YouTube channel. Guys, I'm going to put his link one more time. Please subscribe because you're not going to want to miss grandma. Okay. So subscribe for grandma. All right. So let's go ahead. Sorry to cut you off there. I just wanted to say over 100 people watching. I appreciate every single one of you guys. It's been a journey, guys. Tonight, I officially went over 3,000 amazing people following my journey. And I just want to say, bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody went from Casey's channel earlier today. So I appreciate him a ton. I'll see him in eBay Open. I appreciate everybody not only subscribing to him, but subscribing to me. So I appreciate it. So, all right, without further ado, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt there. I just thought the grandma thing was amazing. So I'm a big fan of family.
Yeah, that's what it is. So, yep, just another purse here. This is a fossil purse. I saw this. I was about to leave the thrift shop. I saw it and picked it up for a couple of dollars. It's really nice. I like it's got wood, it makes noises. So, yeah, and it's just really cool inside and everything like that. So again, it's just one of those finds. You see it, look at it, the brand Fossil, you've got to go with it. Obviously we all use our eBay app. So I typed it in, see if it would sell. And lo and behold, it's going to make some money. Surprise, surprise. All right. Now, this right here was really cool. It's a Cabbage Patch Kids outfit still in the box. Yeah, I found this at a Goodwill, paid 99 cents for it. And it sat around for forever because I just didn't want to take pictures of it for some reason. I think I just got too excited about everything else that I had going on. And so I threw it on an auction. See, it sold today. So I threw it on an auction 5 days ago, did a 5-day auction. The first day we had like 21 watchers. We had multiple bids. It ended up selling for $27 plus shipping, which was really cool. I was really excited about that. And so that's something fun to get into. Because I had got that item, now I'm actually going to keep my eye out. I understand the whole Cabbage Patch vintage scene now. So I'm going to start keeping my eye out for that kind of item. And that's kind of just where we're at right now. We're trying to do the clothing, the shoes, accessories, things like that. But we also want to know about, what other items out there are going to be able to turn a profit. What other items are we going to be able to have fun with and actually enjoy selling? And I think the vintage toys like that are going to be fun for us to get into.
By the way, everybody that's wishing me happy 3K. I appreciate it, guys. Pac-Man, of course, said nice. Or sorry, that was the wrong comment. He said 3K giveaway. Do you guys want me to do a giveaway on another show? Let me know in chat. That would be amazing. I have no problem giving a 3K giveaway. So if you can tell yourself one thing when you first started eBay, what would it be? If you can go back in time and tell yourself one thing to do differently. And before you answer that, I just want to say you probably didn't want to list the Cabbage Patch because you couldn't steam it first. You're probably addicted to that steamer is what it is, right?
Yeah. Yes, you're right. I love it. So yeah, I mean, the one thing would have been is, man, I don't know. It's been a good process for us. It really has. Okay, the one thing I've been thinking about lately, I would say, and we've all heard it 1,000 times, find a niche. Find a niche, stick with it. So like I said, I got into a lot of those household items, the lighting fixtures, things like that. And just the returns some of the returns were frustrating. You know, I did my best with searching the products, making sure everything was fine. But at the end of the day, that's not my specialty. It's a little bit more difficult than just looking at a shirt, seeing if it has a hole or stain in it. So yeah, definitely find your niche, stick with that at least for a while until you're ready to maybe add in one item at a time here and there. So
I think that's a great tip. And we have next year, you will look back at this video and shake your head. 3K. I've been in sales my entire life. Wade, you're on your way. Keep doing what you're doing. You're going places. I really appreciate it, guys. I like most people started reselling and I had no desire to go on social media. Like when I first started reselling, when I was first started eBay and just was getting back into it, I had no desire to go on social media. And then one day I thought, okay, maybe I'll just document my journey for myself and just put it out there. And then, you know, I got on the phone with Chris, talked with Chris, and then decided to start a YouTube channel up. And here we are today. I'm talking with you guys. I would not take it back for the world. That's why I encourage everybody to start a YouTube channel up. And guys, if you're worried about putting a video on YouTube, you know that you can make it private or public. So you can still do all this content, watch all your videos for your journey and never make them public to the outside world if that's something that's holding you back. So really documenting everything that you're doing and making it private is the way that you can go back and kind of see where how you're doing. That's why it's so important that you guys see me linking their YouTube channels constantly on these videos, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, is because I want them to get over 100 subscribers. So that way they have the ability to go live. And I would love to see Grandma on his channel. I think it's so amazing that I get to discover these crazy, really cool people. And then I get to go on their channels and be in their chat and be where they were before they went on my channel. Josh, tell me a little bit about, like, I contacted you. I was like, come on my channel. And then a couple days later, here you are, right?
Yeah. This is an awesome opportunity. I was really excited to get that message from you. I mean, as soon as we saw you on Instagram and started following you, I mean, your content was awesome. We're watching it, but not just that, just like you're very genuine and you encourage people a lot. So, I mean, that really hits home for me because I love that. That's how I am. It's good to be positive. It's not just about the business. It's about the people as well. And that's why, I really connected with you. I felt like, if I was there in Oregon, we wouldn't just be sitting here talking to each other through the computer. We'd, have a drink, have a coffee, whatever. So yeah, I mean, it's just awesome that you reached out to us, man. We really appreciate it.
I'd be sourcing purses right with you. I have no problem doing that. I used to have a problem like filming, and now I'm just like, here I am, like with my phone. It's crazy. If you're a little bit shy, like start a channel up and just it will correct you quickly. For those of you who are shy, trust me. I mean, I say this every video, but I was in the women's section live on Instagram, swiping through bras and everything else you can think of. And it used to embarrass me. Now I'm like, that bra would make money, you know? So we have another statement here. Interview grandma. Can we, when is the audience going to be able to see grandma live on your channel?
Oh man, we'll have to see. She's been in and out of the hospital. She's having some issues with her hip. So nothing too serious, but again, it's one of those things that I haven't had the courage to ask her, you know, because that's a hard kind of conversation, you know, to ask someone like, hey, can we have this video? You know, and for me especially as well, because, you know, I don't do good with, you know, those kinds of emotional kinds of situations. So I know it would be an emotional thing, a fun conversation, but at the same time, like the meaning behind it, it's kind of hard. So I just haven't gotten myself the courage to ask her about it yet.
Well, when you do, please let me know. I think that's going to be really cool. So we're towards the end here, and I want to ask you, and I ask this question every single time, but on your channel, where I understand that you're going to create content and stuff like that, but I think consistency with YouTube and starting out is extremely key, right? So what kind of like content do you see yourself doing? Do you see you putting out maybe a video every week or a couple of videos every week, just so the viewers here kind of know what to expect?
Yeah, so the goal right now is going to be to do at least one video every week. Ideally, and I don't know how long it's going to take. I just got to make the time, but I would like to do 2 to 3 videos every week, different videos. You have your haul videos, you know, you doing like these live kind of conversations like this. I also would like to talk a little bit about, you know, how we organize the business side of things as well. Like what kind of sheets we use, how we use Excel to help keep us organized and keep us on track, things like that. So, I mean, YouTube's very new to us, so we're working on implementing it into our business idea, business plan, and business model. So as soon as we get some of those things figured out, I'll start getting on that and posting those things.
Nice. And we have a couple questions. Where'd you get that steamer at by chance? Did you order it from Amazon?
Man, okay, so I got a steamer because my girlfriend, one of her ex-coworkers, he said he steams everything because, you know, for his business work, he has to do that. So he got his off of Amazon, paid $120 for it or something. So I was going to order out on Amazon, but I just kept thinking about how excited I was to steam clothes. I was super excited about it, so I couldn't wait for Amazon to ship it. 2 days is too long. So I ran over to Walmart and got a Shark steamer. It was like $43. Yeah, $43 at Walmart, and it's perfect. I love it. Everything I need, works fantastic. Yeah.
Do you notice the difference?
Oh yeah.
Like, is it pretty quick?
Yeah, it's quick. I mean, I used to iron some of my dress clothes. They wouldn't come out super straight every time. It took forever. This cuts down my time in prepping my clothes probably in half, if not more. But as well as it doesn't just make them flat or straighter. I feel like it even kind of brings it to life more. Maybe even the color's more vibrant. Maybe it's just a mental thing, but I just feel a lot better having my clothes steamed before posting. I
think you can command more money from your item a little bit, obviously with the presentation, and not having wrinkles in it. I think you get a little bit more for your item. Do you? Because if you look back here, the way that I'll grab an item real quick and show you, but the way that I do it is, so I'll take a, I'll list it and then I'll put it in this bag here, and then I'll put like my little thank you card in here. I don't ask for feedback on this thank you card. It just says, hey, thank you for shopping at my store. And then I put a little scannable barcode here so they can scan it and go back to my store. But anyways, I put that in there so it's really quick, and I can put it in a poly bag after. Do you put it in the bags, or do you just have them in the bins without the bags?
Yeah, so I put them in the bags as well. I actually just use like gallon size plastic bags, get them at like a local grocery store or whatever. And that works for us. So we throw them in the bags. We close them sealed with a sticker that says thank you. We're actually looking into making similar cards to what you have there. I think that looks really good. Very professional.
Yeah, so I'll show you one up close. I have a question. Where do you get this? So basically, if you go to Vistaprint, guys, you'll see right here, Vistaprint. You can, they actually have the option to put this here. You just put in the web address, and it'll automatically, and guys, if you call Vistaprint, they'll help you design the card too, by the way. But this is Cade, my little guy. He's like a year and a half now. Just wait until you have kids. Like, you think you have no time now. Ashley is running around constantly. It's crazy. Yeah. It's, I'm going to do the same thank you card for Poshmark. I don't ask for feedback on those. I think it helps in many ways. I think it helps doing those cards with retention. I think that before they leave a negative comment because you let them a thank you card, and I could be wrong, right? But I think since you put the thank you card in there and you took the time to make a card and put it in there, that if they have an issue, they reach out to you first. The presentation, I think, is amazing. And these are poster size ones, but to save money, you can probably get the business card ones. I just think for a little extra money, you can get these. And a little tip, guys, if you want to get these, go to Vistaprint and get it, but don't buy it. Call Vistaprint customer service, and they'll enter a 50% off code off your purchase. So you'll get 50% off every single time I call customer service. I say, hey, I've ordered from you guys quite a bit. Do you guys have a code I can use to get more money off? And they always have that code. So anyways, that's a cool thing. I'm going to do the same thing for Poshmark. We have a couple questions here. I don't have a way to track Tara. But another thing too, guys, is those of you who don't know, you can go to eBay and you can set up buyback codes. So for example, I don't have a video on this, by the way. Chris does, if you guys want to go see his channel, but you can create a code. So that way, if they purchase an item, I don't have it on these cards, but I do have it on some. It's a code, and they can use that code and go back to your store to get an additional 10, 15% off to get repeat customers. So you can say something like, hey, thank you for shopping with me. Here's a code if you want to come back. It's good for 20% off. And then you can create that code through eBay, and they put that code in, and they can always get a repeat discount to create repeat buyers, especially like Josh was saying in the niche. If you're in a niche, for example, if you sell a lot of vintage stuff, they're going to come back and do, they're going to come back and purchase more items from you. So, all right. So that being said, I forgot to ask you one question, and then I'll be respectful of your time. You're just starting on social media. Give us a few resellers that you like watching online now. Give them a few, give them a few names of people that you like watching. And the reason I do this is those 100 people that are in chat may not know that there's a few people out there. So what's a few resellers that you like watching?
Yeah, so obviously Wade's Ventures. I liked watching Chris. He's really fun to watch, fun to listen to. On Instagram, I like Hazel Hearts Vintage. I love her posts are awesome. She always does her post in her car when she does her live videos. She does Poshmark as well too. So she actually may have been the first person that we watched, which gave us the idea to do Poshmark. She has some great ones. Let me see. Resale Killers, they're fun to watch too. They make some nice posts, put some good content out there. Other than that, I mean, we're getting in there. We're fairly new.
Just learning. Hazel Hearts Vintage, guys. Man, I got to meet her in person. She is so kind-hearted, man. And she's an amazing lady. She knows her vintage. I got a lot of pointers from her. Does a lot of dresses, stuff like that. I don't know if she has a YouTube channel up, but she does. You guys should subscribe. Reseller Killers was just in chat. That was a really, really good one. So, and Chris, we text. He was one of the reasons why I joined social media. Rockstar is a good one. Primetime Treasures, I've never watched any of them, so that's a good one too. All right, so we're at the end of the show, guys. I appreciate everybody coming. 108 people. I'm going to put his channel in chat. Please get him to 100 subscribers. I would love to see him live in that snow, wearing those purses, sourcing more purses, whatever it takes to make the money. Before we go, do you have any words of wisdom, anything that you can bestow on all the people here to help them with their business? Maybe just some kind words or whatever you think that comes to mind.
Yeah, I would just say stay positive. I mean, think of the end goal in mind and don't focus on everything in between, but know that, each step of the way there's a stepping stone. So, you know, as long as you focus on the problem before you, you'll make it to that end goal. Just, yeah, stay positive. I mean, you're capable of anything. I mean, if I am, then you definitely are for sure. So, yeah, it's to get involved in the community because it's already done a lot for us. You know, there's a lot there that want to help you, such as Wade. I mean, he's great, you know, very gracious in having us on this video. And I mean, this helps us out in many ways. Yeah, just keep going, be grateful for every opportunity you get, and keep looking for them. So
we have one last question and then I'll let you go. But what do you use for that luscious hair you have for shampoo? I mean, you've got to be able to do something, right?
No, see, my secret is I don't shampoo it every day. I think you know, if you do it too much, then it's going to kill it. You know, your hair will start dying. So I'll shampoo and wash my hair maybe 3 times a week. Probably my secret.
I miss getting my hair cut, the sound, you know, just the smell and, you know, just everything that goes with this. So I appreciate a good head of hair. But all right, guys, thank you so much for joining tonight. I will be doing one more live tomorrow since I missed Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to make it happen. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, but more importantly, please hit the little bell button so you guys know when I go live. I've got a ton of videos I have not sent out yet that are just me kind of showing my process. And I'll be doing those pretty soon. So you guys are going to want to stay tuned. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to his channel. If you guys are watching this after the fact, I'm going to put it in the description below. Let's support our local community. That's the point of Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, is to get people that have never been in the spotlight, put them in the spotlight. I don't even have them review the questions. I like to do it on the spot. And so you guys can get to know amazing people that you normally wouldn't have found right away. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you everybody that joined that's new. You guys have a good night.